Welcome to the garden. Today I'm going to show you how to turn one of these spinach containers into a miniature greenhouse. These are ideal for starting little seedlings as they keep in moisture and trap heat from the sun. You can even grow your own spinach in one of these little spinach containers. Here are a few containers that are currently in use. I'm growing basil and tomatoes and jalapenos. By far my favorite way to use these is with seed cells. All we need to do is fill these up with our favorite potting soil, and then we can get planting. So I'm going to plant some cilantro today, some spinach, and back here we can plant some beets. I'm just going to plant maybe 1 or 2 per cell. If you don't have seed cells, you can certainly get creative and use little pots or cups, and you can always just fill them directly with soil. Although this is a little bit trickier to water, it's easier to overwater and flood your seedlings. I try to stick to cups or seed cells. The only thing I like to do is remove the sticker on top. I've got a little work to do on this one too, where there's just a little bit of adhesive left. Just plain water is all you need to remove that adhesive, and it should basically wipe away once it's ready. Here's one that's really nice and clean. You can see it's almost perfectly transparent. You can see our seedlings are just getting drenched in sunlight. That's just perfect. And if you keep the lid on, it really traps in the heat and the moisture. Look at all that condensation on top. These are particularly good for growing herbs because they trap in heat and moisture. Basil especially really likes moist, warm environments when it's young. As it gets bigger though, we want to let it dry out. So start removing that lid to evaporate any moisture, and eventually we can water from the bottom up. These have excellently deep basins, which we can fill and then let the plants drink from the bottom up. It's really easy to wash away your seeds or disturb your seedlings if you water too heavily. So a deep basin of water like this is really ideal for some plants. I've reused these for several years, and I only have a couple that leak, but they're perfectly fine for the greenhouse. And because we can seal these lids, we can actually keep these outside. The more layers of protection you get, the colder the temperature they can handle. So here in the greenhouse, these can actually stay the night once it gets to around 40 degrees. And cold weather crops like spinach and lettuce can even stay in here when it's freezing outside. One of the really nice things about these containers is they stack. Stack them up like this. I mainly use this when I transport these from inside to outside, but we can also put these anywhere else in the garden. One of the coolest things about these is they're so portable. You can really follow the sun wherever it is, and because they're sealed so well, you don't have to worry about pests. Just like any other greenhouse, these can get really hot, so you want to ventilate them whenever necessary, or just completely remove the lid. I also use these for acclimating my plants. We can start by taking these outside into direct sunlight for about 10 minutes the first day, increasing every day until they're ready to go out into the garden. These are really easy to label. And because they're just recycled plastic containers, they're virtually free and reusable year after year. And when it comes to starting seedlings, there's really nothing better. It keeps them nice and warm and moist and gives them plenty of sun. So the next time you pick up one of these spinach containers, I hope you turn it into a little miniature greenhouse. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.